Welcome to the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with the support you need to finish your book. Best part is, after you finish your book, they take care of the entire publishing and marketing process 100% for you. So, if you want to become a successful author, make sure to check out authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have Rob Howze with us. He is an empowerment artist. So welcome to the show, man.
Man, thanks for having me, my friend.
Of course. Pumped to have you here. So let's dive into the first one. First one I got for you, Rob, is what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Underlying valuable message. The story of my life, the biggest one is watching my mother growing up, who, we weren't poor, but she had to eat popcorn so we can eat real food because she didn't have enough money for her to have dinner. And watching her go through that process to then going through a divorce and becoming a lawyer and having the life that she desires, like watching that metamorphosis has been what has helped me sustain through my trials to become triumph.
And what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
So the most valuable thing I can give anybody, and this for my expertise and really for life, it's focus. And it's focus, 100% focus. And whatever you're trying to do, whether you're trying to fix your marriage, you have to focus on how you're talking, how you're showing up. Whether you're trying to fix your sales, you have to focus on the stats, the in, the out. If you're trying to focus on building something, you got to be able to do the measurements. It's focusing. That has been the biggest thing to help me beat drugs, be an amazing husband that I think, and also live the life that I desire because focus.
And what's your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Really have a clear understanding about what you're doing and why you're doing it. I mean, there's a lot of things we can do in business. There's millions of things you can do. But understand why you're doing it. And once you can connect with that, meaning you're not doing it because your mom did it or because you saw someone do it on TV. There's a reason why you're doing it. You find out what that why is. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest piece of business advice I can ever give. Just make sure you know why you're doing what you're doing.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Slow down, listen more. Slow down and listen more, because you're still going to be going super fast, okay? But just slow down and listen more. That's how I learned how to talk a little better. I thought that if I talked slow, I was really talking slow, but by talking slow, was talking still fast and normal.
And in your opinion, what's the key to happiness?
Loving yourself first. Loving yourself. It revolves around my cup overflowing. So if your cup is overflowing, it means you have enough in it. If your cup's empty, you don't have anything and no one else gets anything. But if you're full, you can then spill over to other people. Love yourself first. Put the mask on your face first.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, The Mastermind Principle. I would say that, but honestly, that's two. Number one is definite chief aim. It goes back to focus. I opened up with that. Definite chief aim, what Napoleon Hill is talking about is you must have a definite purpose, aim where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you nowhere.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
Oh, this sounds so narcissistic, but it's mine. And the only reason is because it helped me. The future is what you do today. So do something today that will impact your tomorrow. And it's my favorite because it's my life. It's my life story. It's the stamp of me. And I realize how important the things I do today matter for the future. And since I recognize that, I now have the ability to paint the picture of the future.
Well, dude, listen, thanks so much for coming on. The last one I have for you before we let you go is where can our audience best find you online?
RobHowzeSpeaks.com. But if you are anybody in business, thinking about business, anything with personal development, business development, come to LinkedIn. That is a place that everyone who has anything to do with business should be.
Perfect. Thanks again for coming on, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you, brother.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.